Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Schönenias Let's Plays und Outer Worlds. So, wir sind auf dem Weg. Falsche Taste, da oben. Zu dem Lager der Deserteure, um die Stromversorgung wieder zu holen.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
So, ich bin gespannt, ob man mich hier problemlos reinlässt. Keiner plündert die aus.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after
Was ich doch gesagt habe.
If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you, over in the hothouse. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scouting. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. She was lit. Could be. Date. Marauder gang just... What is it?
Okay, also die Nebenaufgaben sind wie gesagt nicht so wichtig. Bevor ich ins Hauptlager reingehe. Was ist für ein Symbol da unten auf der Karte? Ich finde es komisch, dass ich meine Waffe nicht wegstecken kann.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies. Hey, I saw that.
Sie hat mich überhaupt nicht
What do you
angeguckt.
think you're doing? Do what you want, I guess.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Hier könnte ich mich reinhacken. Waffenteile aus der Schockkanone. Und Munition. Ob das 2 Dinger wert war? Keine Ahnung. Ah, Plasmaschneider war doch noch was. Okay, aber mehr ist hier nicht. Das war knapp. Jetzt ist hier nämlich einer oben. Da hinten sind noch Häuser. Wenn es nicht leuchten würde, würde man so eine Sachen hier gar nicht sehen.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Eine Werkbank entdeckt, da könnte ich jetzt auch was reparieren.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying my... Whoa, Miss...
Are you,
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait,
oh gosh, no, I'm just alone.
are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my...
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even... I wish I knew. Would you? What's on your mind? Couple. I owe them my life. You could stay, you know. Luck. Oh, I can...
Die Werkbank ermöglicht es, die Waffen und Rüstung zu reparieren, zu verbessern oder zu modifizieren, damit sie jederzeit kampfbereit und im besten Zustand sind. Wähle auf jedem Bildschirm erst die bearbeitende Waffe oder Rüstung und dann, was du damit tun möchtest. Sie reparieren, in Teile zerlegen oder mit einem Mod verändern. Auf jedem Bildschirm. So, das müssten jetzt die sein, die ausgerüstet sind. Tüfteln. Achso, das ist jetzt verbessern. Reparieren. Ich frage mich... Achso, da kann eine Mod installiert werden, oder was? Warum manche gelb leuchten? Von der Seltenheit höher. Aber ich habe eigentlich noch nicht so das Bedürfnis, jetzt hier irgendwie was zu machen und Rohstoffe für zu verbrauchen. Okay, Secret Backdoor. Wenn ich das einfach mache, dann werde ich sicherlich gleich gejagt. Daher laufe ich erstmal noch rum und gehe mal den Gesprächen nach. Manche sind echt gut versteckt. So, ich war jetzt, glaube ich, überall. Bleibt nur noch der Weg offen von der Hauptquest. Oh, ein neuer Typ.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something
Alles
I
aus
can help you
Mütter.
with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, you sound like some... Shame she up and vanished when she did. She called it journaling. Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can. Hey, I got fresh off the limb.
Händlerfertigkeit. Deine Händlerfertigkeit entspricht deiner höchsten Dialogfertigkeit und wird verwendet, um beim Kauf und Verkauf die Preise für Händler festzulegen. So, kaufen möchte ich nichts. 3500. Krass, krass. Verkaufen. Aus Schrott entfernen. Schrott verkaufen, X halten. Oh, da war ein bisschen was dabei. 2% Rabatt habe ich bekommen. Krass, dass das aber auch als Diebstahl zählt, wenn ich da aus einem Mülleimer, der irgendwo draußen rumsteht, was rausnehme. Schließlich ist doch das, was in dem Mülleimer liegt, Müll. Das braucht doch eigentlich keiner mehr. So, das ist das Zimmer von Zoe, wie es scheint. Und hier ist absolut nichts. Ich könnte ein Poster klauen, okay. Da ist eine offene Tür, muss ich aufpassen. Da war richtig viel drin. Okay, da ist der Quest-Typi. Oder sie, ist eine Frau. Das geht alles kaputt wahrscheinlich.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, Grandmother, the Strict.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just...
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago,
The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer. I'm listening. Reed Thompson. You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess.
Ihr Ohr leuchtet so rot.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. Question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero...
Die an Hate verbringen würde. Klar hätten die dann erstmal keine Energie, aber damit würde ich doch jede Wacheinheit, die haben, hierher umleiten. Und würden doch alle kommen und dann hier abmurksen.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. I trust you.
Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Er hat definitiv nicht mit seinem Schraubschlüssel gedacht.
He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data.
Tja, was mache ich jetzt?
Anything else I can do for you? That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself. This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. Are you talking about an escape pod of some sort? Where did you say you were from? I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me. Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the... Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure whatever. Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about... Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past. You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board... No. But the board may have reason to fear you. I'm listening. I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are. Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both. A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little... I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would... This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple. That's because Reed was my boss. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started, we had a store of medicine locked away. But Reed refused to treat him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to. I could not possibly care less if he does. I'm listening.
Okay. Hätte ein bisschen was anderes erwartet. Dass es noch sowas gibt wie, ja, ich helfe euch oder ja, ich helfe euch nicht, dass man irgendwie eine direkte Entscheidung trifft. So, aber ansonsten bin ich erstmal fertig hier. So, und ich würde sagen, wir machen erstmal wieder ein Päuschen. Mit dem Huhn reden. Und gucken mal, was wir als nächstes dann machen. Bis zum nächsten Mal.